So let me enlighten you as to one of the problems that I've had with this thing since, pretty much the day that I lit it off for the first time. It was, geez, that's probably coming up 4 years ago now. And it's something called ignition scatter. And, you got a distributor, you've got all kinds of little gears and whatnot that are in here. This guy goes like that, and then of course you got this one down here that's winding off of it, and of course you've got the drive itself. This guy will bounce up and down. Lots of people say that the weights bang in this direction and that. It's an 09. They're cheap. Let me show you though. Got an igniter. See if we can see this. Yeah, it's a German 009. Genuine Bosch. It's ancient, from the 1980s, so it's actually a pretty decent one. Anyway, the advanced mechanism is pretty smooth on it, so I don't think that's really my problem. But I've been digging through the sand, and apparently they tell you that the depth of the drive gear down in the drive hole should be approximately, at some point I think that would be readable. But anyway, 44 and a half to 45 millimeters. And so we'll do it like that. We come over here and we place it down in the hole. And attempt to drop it. Drops to right there, and I'm reading 45, so that's a little bit excessive right there. And I've tried it front to back just in case there's perhaps a little bit of a misalignment. And that's 45 as well. And so here's the interesting part. Hang on. Alright, there's my 45 and a half. There, to that base right there. You'd like this to the bottom of that. Don't even know what you call it, but anyway, the bottom of that, you'd like it to be pretty darn close to what you've got going down the hole. So I've got a bit of a gap right there. Let's see if this moved any. That's still about right. So I think that additional space right there, coupled with the fact that I do have a little bit of vertical run out. Nothing axially, and I think the axial type stuff is pretty decent. But I think with the vertical play that I'm getting here and the space here and whatnot, I think that the drive gear is probably bouncing up and down a little bit, and it's causing the rotor to just go tick 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 like crazy. And of course, it's hard to make peak power and peak mileage when you got this much scatter. I mean, I'm not going to video it, but yeah, I mean, I'd imagine that at peak, if I've got it set or trying to set it for 30 degrees of advance, I've got anywhere from 40 to 20 degrees. So there's like a 10-degree scatter, plus or minus, up at the higher RPMs. As I said, it's been like that since the day I built the vehicle. This issue has been there the entire time. Well, anyway, let me get my Dremel out and see if I can't get some of this straightened out. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got just a nice machine screw, and I can drop the machine screw part of it, not the head part, but the machine part down inside the spring. I'm just going to chop the head off, drop the spring down, drop the machine screw down inside the spring, and see if I can't get the bulk of the excess play to be taken up by a solid spacer. And I've done the solid spacer thing with my my crossbar linkage here, so the linkage is locked in really good and solid. All right, let me do some work on that. It's at the length that I think I should know whether or not it is pinning everything down. Alright, all I can say is, holy S, did that make a hell of a difference. Of course, at idle, it's always pretty good at idle. Looks like it's got 13 degrees advance. Tell you what, let me get the camera tripod out. It doesn't have that much advance. But the advance at high RPM seems to be about right. Yeah, it looks like there's some oil coming off down there. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Something funny. Never done that before. Well, I just took it out for a little spin. It may have picked up a horsepower or two, but as I was driving it, I realized that I think I'm a bit low on tire pressure and unbalanced tire pressure at that. So a bit low in the back, and I think one of the fronts is too low compared to the other one. So I kind of pull into one side. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. I don't know if it didn't make an enormous difference, but yeah, you could definitely feel it. You know, the ignition timing isn't one of those things where the average is okay. It's like, no, every friggin' timing event should be pretty darn close. Anyway, that's enough for now.